all of my sexual fantasies involve handcuffs.
Oh. So wait. Are you the one putting on the handcuffs, or are you handcuffed?
No, to be clear, I'm always putting on the handcuffs.
Oh.
Not this time, pal. It's time once again for...
How irredeemably stupid is the stupid media? It's totally irredeemably stupid, dude. Why are you even asking, Greg?
Wow. Lighten up, voiceover guy. So how irredeemably stupid is the media? This irredeemably stupid.
You got lucky tonight. We're back with attorney Michael Avenatti. He is a main player.
To me, you're like the Holy Spirit. You are all places at all times. He's out there saving the country.
Look, I think you're doing a hell of a job. I don't think you're in this for money.
Looking ahead to 2020, one reason why I'm taking you seriously as a contender is because of your presence on cable news.
He's a rock star, I think. It'll be interesting to see his next chapter.
Absolutely.
Hey, Gail. The title of the next chapter is in You're All Stupid Idiots. Behold.
Avenatti, the lawyer who represented porn star Stormy Daniels in legal battles with former President Trump, sentenced to 2.5 years in prison. A jury convicted Avenatti of trying to extort up to $25 million from Nike. And this is not the end of his legal troubles. He still faces 2 more trials.
So there goes the media's worst presidential hopeful since Hillary. Yep, a federal judge sentenced the litigating lollipop to 30 months. A month for every selfie he took with a CNN anchor. It's not quite 3 years, which is roughly the amount of time left in Kat's marriage. Or Kilmeade's hairline. Yeah. It hurts. And this for trying to extort millions from Nike. He's headed to a federal facility in Oregon, a far cry from partying at Don Lemon's place in the Hamptons. Although between those options, I'd still take Oregon. But like many creepy exhibitionists, Avenatti rose to fame on the back of Stormy Daniels. Yes. But he really got a boost from the drooling media who saw him as their tinier, hairless version of Trump. He was like a hopped-up hamster programmed to pontificate about that evil orange Godzilla. And it went according to plan for about 10 minutes. But now he's done. He's ruined. First embraced and then spit out by the media who adored him, but no longer want him around to remind everyone else of their own idiocy. Now you won't see him on cable, unless it's an episode of Lock Up, Extended Stay. Yes, he used the media. They used him too. But you can bet that all those CNN fanboys aren't answering his calls anymore. Except maybe Stelter, who is lonelier now than he was at lunch in the high school cafeteria. So is it wrong to take a victory lap? Well, it is my favorite form of cardio. And we're talking about the media here, who thinks you're stupid and that they're always right on everything. And when they turn out to be wrong, they memory hole it faster than Joe Biden being asked what he had for breakfast. Fact is, almost all the media's handiwork is a hate crime hoax against you. They spend their careers making you into the bad guy while elevating creeps like Avenatti. Fueled by their own narcissism, they elevated him so they could look cool, overlooking the obvious red flags everyone else could see. Avenatti had more problems than a Fox and Friends cooking segment. And he makes Kat look more wholesome than a multi-grain breakfast cereal. Yet they took pictures with them, they partied with him, and now they look like tools. Because they are tools, his tools. I wonder if Brian Stelter will admit his humiliation on reliable sources. Because if he doesn't, how can he be considered reliable? Just admit you screwed up, Captain Q-Ball, and be done with it. But you won't, any more than Rachel, The View, or Cuomo will. Meanwhile, before the court, Avenatti cried like a newborn baby who just got slapped on his ass, citing TV and Twitter as evils that fueled his thirst for fame. He's right. He got to trend on Twitter more times than a Kardashian butt pic. Now he'll do his tweeting from cell block C, quenching his thirst with homemade wine fermented behind a radiator. So, do you think any blue checks on Twitter or execs in CNN boardrooms care about him? Of course not. They're running from him like he's a cicada with corona. And what of that clucking clatterbag Anna Navarro, who compared him to the Holy Spirit? Now it's the father, the son, and the please lose my number. Will she visit this Christ-like figure in jail, or will she go the Judas route and pretend he no longer exists like she does with her principals? But Fox got his number straight away. Remember this golden moment?
You've profited from Stormy Daniels. You've done tens of millions of dollars worth of free media on the basis of your relationship with her, and she's working in strip clubs. You're exploiting her, and you know that. Why aren't you paying her some of what you're making?
Sir, this is absurd.
But answer my question. Why are you rich and your client is working in seedy strip clubs?
Sir, do you have any idea how much money I've earned?
You're on every cable show. You're running for president now.
You have no idea.
Well, I know that you haven't paid your taxes, and like so many lawyers, you are taking advantage of her. And you pose as a feminist hero because you are shameless, and the other channels let you get away with it. But you're an exploiter of a woman, and you should be ashamed of it.
Wow. I think that was longer for Avenatti than the prison term. Of course, The View saw it differently.
My takeaway was that Avenatti came out on top because that was Tucker Carlson's show. That Chiron on the bottom is calling him a creepy porn lawyer,
Really?
And you call yourself a television host.
He's not exploiting the woman. The woman has got a book out. She's making money.
And this was her
And
profession.
he's blaming him.
What is the phrase, the pot calling the kettle black?
Yeah.
No, my father used to say people who live in glass houses should dress in the cellar.
And my father used to say, that Joy Behar makes no f***ing sense. Meanwhile, after embracing Avenatti for so long, how is CNN covering Avenatti now?
Look, I never liked the guy.
Terrible person.
Total fraud.
I never stood outside of his window at night playing Sexual Healing out of a boombox.
And I definitely didn't make out with him in the Hamptons.
I never asked him to baptize my child.
And I definitely didn't ask him for a job in case he ran for president.
But to me, Avenatti serves a purpose. He shows us how the media works and how it doesn't, and what it wants and what it will do to get what it wants. It wants ratings, and it hates threats to its ratings, to its influence, or its power. They thought Avenatti was the perfect ally, but it's like when Kiss took off their makeup, it all backfired. So what do they do now? Well, if we know the media, they'll pretend like nothing happened. The story will vanish like Joy Reid's homophobic blog posts. Because in the end, they're all rats just like Avenatti, just with more places to hide. Yeah!